Hi, everybody, and welcome once again to Camacol Talk. My name is Pete Delatorre. I'm the CEO of Camacol Doral. On today's program, we'll have a conversation with Joe Chi, president of Camacol and the Camacol West Initiative. Now it is my pleasure to bring on Joe Chi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Pete. It's a pleasure to be here today on this Tuesday morning after that crazy Monday morning.
I'm telling you, it's that Monday is always that day that you're in that transition from the weekend to the start of the business week. But here we are today.
Have you had your coffee yet?
Oh well, here we go. I'm still drinking my Dunkin' Donuts here, which I have
Okay, okay.
every morning. It's like my day is not complete until I have my Dunkin' Donuts. This is episode 4 of Camacol Talk, and we've had a great run so far with some amazing guests that have joined us. Today, what I wanted to do was discuss a little bit more about the Camacol West initiative that we launched last summer. In your opinion, why was it important for Camacol to expand its services and programming to West Miami-Dade?
I will tell you that during the pandemic, it was a goal of practically all organizations to deal with the pandemic and to reinvent themselves. Uh, Quite a few nonprofits have actually ceased operations or they've curtailed their operations. But what we did at Camacol, we actually went in the opposite direction. We expanded our operations. We thought about what we could do in expansionary mode creatively to be able to deal with the pandemic and expand ourselves into other territories. Under my presidency, I felt that it was Camacol's prerogative to find new ways to respond to this ongoing crisis. And one of the ways that we handled our expansion was to expand into the western areas of Miami-Dade County, starting with the city of Doral.
Well, we've known now for quite some time that the growth of West Dade, led by the city of Doral, is the fastest growing section of the county. And the city of Doral, in many ways, is the leading economic development market for all of Miami Dade County. When you look at everything going on there, over 12,000 businesses, over 125,000 people that work in the city during the business week, the industry sectors that are really leading the charge. And we'll get into that in a moment there. But it just made all the sense in the world to come together. I mean, you and I started to have conversations last year during the lockdown, and you know, when you're going through those conversations, because of the uncertainty at the time, it was very hard to put our arms around. You know, what objectives, what strategies should we use, because everything was evolving day by day. So it became a little bit of okay, what do we do in 6 months? What do we do in 3 months? You know, what are we going to do next week? So we had to go through that process there, and that was it challenged us, but it also allowed us to look at a lot of things that possibly maybe we wouldn't have looked at because of the circumstances there. You mentioned Camacol Doral. This expansion into Doral was also very timely. The city was looking to partner up with a true chamber of commerce that was going to help them continue their economic growth. And when we started to speak to the mayor, as you saw, remember, he jumped all over it and was fully supportive of this initiative with Camacol. Beyond what I just shared with you, why is Doral also very important to Camacol's initiative and move out west? I mean, Camacol Doral.
Of course. First of all, I would like to say thank you to the mayor, J.C. Bermudez, and also to Deputy Mayor Digna Cabral, also Councilwoman Claudia Mariaca, and Councilman Oscar Puig, and also Pete Cabrera
Yep.
for inviting us over to Doral. And as well, let's not forget, I would also like to thank Miami-Dade County Commissioner Pepe Diaz
Yes.
for kind of grandfathering this whole effort of moving towards the west for
Yes.
Camacol. Um, Although Camacol has been in existence for nearly 60 years and has many, many connections all over the world, we consider the city of Doral to be very special because it represents a great emerging city with much, much greater potential. For example, some of the best aspects of the city of Doral is it is a center of international business
Hmm.
with approximately 4,000 plus internationally oriented corporations.
Hmm.
It is also a new cosmopolitan center
Hmm.
with people from all over the hemisphere converging in the city of Doral. And you can see it in places like City Place, downtown Doral. And of course, we're also looking forward to the upcoming cultural arts center, which
Yes.
they just broke ground on and are in the process of building, and many, many more attractions that Doral has. Uh, Not only that, but although the cream of the crop from all over the Americas are most of them are coming into Doral, and most of them are settling into Doral. The people of Doral are also very nice. They're welcoming. They're friendly, and at the same time, it represents like a microcosm of the best of Latin America. Countries like Venezuela represented, Chile, Colombia, Argentina. I mean, it's fantastic to be in Doral.
It really is. That's a great point. When you look at downtown Miami and Brickell, and you still see the cranes, the buildings that are being put up, the condos and a handful of office buildings that are going up. The other part of Miami that's having that is the city of Doral. Out
Yeah.
west. You look at the cranes and the buildings that are going up, and look at downtown Doral, where the city government center is. That is an explosive growth that still has a long way to go. So to
Yes, it does.
be part of that, the energy and the dynamics of growth is something that is contagious and motivates you to roll up your sleeves and work because you see things happening. There's nothing more than motivating than working hard and there's nothing going on. There's no movement forward. Here in Doral, it's a whole different story. And again, it is feeding all of West Miami-Dade County in terms of its growth. I mean, the overlay affects all the surrounding areas and even far north as Broward, Miramar, and those areas there. So Doral is leading the charge there. What specific industries do you believe that uh, we can continue to support in the city of Doral? What are those industries that, as Camacol, we can be a part of and be part of the new things and the solutions that are going on?
Well, if you remember, Pete, initially when we started there, we started by engaging the international sector, which with its preponderance of companies there, through our outreach efforts, and also when we outreached over to the Florida Customs Broker
Hmm.
and Customs Broker and Freight Forwarders Association, whose president is Gabriel Rodriguez,
Hmm.
and also Sean Gazitua,
Yep.
who has been involved. The Gazitua family has been involved as pioneers in the Doral sector, in the Doral international sector as well too.
Hmm.
Uh, because of this, uh, also the other day on another conversation that I had with the mayor, he also explained that Doral was very much open to high technology, and because of this, we would also like to encourage the expansion of Doral's high tech presence
Yes.
because the environment in Doral is so similar. And I'm telling you this because I have relatives in that area. It's just so similar to the San Jose Silicon Valley area.
Yes.
And I have a cousin who's actually a patent attorney out in Silicon Valley, and I'd love to bring him over and show him Doral. I mean, he would feel so much at home. And also another thing, because of the influx of so much of Latin America's cream of the crop and also the long-time presence of the international sector, we would also like to see if we can encourage the growth of international finance and banking in Doral.
Yes.
I believe we're lacking a bit there. Perhaps that might be a another area where our chamber and the city of Doral might be able to concentrate on in the near future. And also something else that bears mentioning is that Doral's possibility of becoming an arts and culture center of the Americas with this new culture and art center under construction, and also with the efforts of Dorcam, Marcelo Lobel, and all that. I mean, it's fantastic the way we're moving in that direction.
And obviously, the city of Doral, like all of Miami-Dade County and all of South Florida in the country, is primarily small businesses. If you look at the 12,000 plus businesses, the majority of them are small businesses. We are ready to embark on a very exciting initiative to support the small business community in the city of Doral, and so many of them that have been decimated with COVID. Would you like to share a little bit about what we plan to do there?
Well, a key objective of some of our efforts in this direction is to ensure the survivability of our vital small business community to the maximum extent possible. Besides, of course, the large regional, national, international level businesses and world class leading businesses we are working with in Doral, we are also working with the small business sector, which is recovering from the pandemic because they are vital to this unique ecosystem that we have in Doral. Uh, at the same time, I would like to say that because of this ecosystem, it makes Doral feel very inclusive. And of course, of a diversity from all of the Americas coming in here to settle here in Doral, I believe that we have to try our best to try to preserve this environment, this atmosphere that Doral has. And also to assist in the Doral's small business sector. We have been working very hard to assist our small businesses uh, with several efforts. One of them recently, I believe it was last week, where we got together with Maggie Santos, which was the City of Doral Communications and Media Manager, as well as the Economic Development Manager from the City of Doral, Manny Pila.
Mm-hmm.
We have started to initiate a number of programs, which I'm sure we will be hearing from you very soon, in order to help the small business sector. And I believe that using these efforts, plus the efforts we have already implemented, I believe that we will be able to achieve our goals in helping to preserve this unique business ecosystem, this small business ecosystem that also exists side by side with these giant corporations in Doral.
Well, to wrap things up and pull it together, we are working hand in hand in a true partnership with the city of Doral. I've been in this market for over 20 years, and I've never seen the collaboration and the support between a chamber of commerce business group and a city coming together, converging at the same time. That's very important in our efforts here because we all want the same thing. And we're going to be focusing on the large companies and their needs. We're going to be focusing on helping the middle-sized companies and, of course, the small businesses. So we're hitting on different platforms to make all of this happen. We understand it's one step at a time. We understand that we're still going through the issue with COVID, and now it's last year was the virus season. It's still kind of the virus season, but it's more like the vaccine season now, where everybody is starting to get their vaccines. And so 2021 is that transition year. And I believe by doing the things that we're doing now and planting the seeds and creating the infrastructure, it's going to propel us in 2022 when I think things are going to be incredible. Any closing thoughts, Joe?
Well, what I would like to see is coming into the near future is that we implement many of the things that we spoke about, and we also implement many of the prerogatives of Mayor J.C. Bermudez because first of all, he was one of the founders of the city, and I believe that he definitely has the formula to go forward, and we are behind him.
Joe, it is my honor to again speak with you. It always is. And together with the city of Doral, we are going to do some really cool things. It's one step at a time. It's roll up our sleeves and get to work, and that's really what it's all about at the end of the day.
We'll do it.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Once again, let me thank Joe Chi, president of Camacol, for being with us today on Camacol Talk. This show is on every Friday. We have a new time, 11 a.m. on Facebook Live every single week. And we talk about everything Camacol and Camacol West. Remember to check us out on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and our YouTube channel. Take care, folks. We'll see you next week.